Friends, have a nice day. This is Professor Dr. Gajanan S. Vajire from Department of Electronics, Sri Shivaji College of Arts, Commerce and Science, Akola. Friends, today's topic for discussion is effect of negative feedback on input and output impedance. The subtopic is effect of negative feedback on input impedance. Here we are going to discuss about the effect of negative feedback on the overall input impedance of an amplifier circuit. For this, we have to concentrate on beside figure. In this figure, this is amplifier whose gain is A, that produces output voltage at load RL. Then some part of output is taken by this feedback circuit and then it is applied again to input side. Now, as shown in this figure, let this Vi is input voltage, II is input current, Vo is output voltage, Vf is feedback voltage that we are going to apply to this input side, and this Vs is source voltage or signal voltage. Here we have to take the input resistance, that is the resistance from this side. Let Ri is the input resistance of amplifier without feedback and it is written as Ri equals to Vi upon Ii. Let us take this equation 1. Here, as already we have discussed, that Vi is input voltage, Ii is input current and Ri is input resistance or input impedance. Similarly, Rif is the input resistance or input impedance with negative feedback and it is written as Rif equals to Vs upon Ii. Here Vs is source signal or we can say net source signal and Ii is input current. So it is written as Ri into 1 plus Av into beta. Here Av is voltage gain and beta is feedback factor. Now same equation can be written as Rif equals to Ri into 1 plus Av into beta. Let us take this equation number 2. Now in this equation, the factor 1 plus Av into beta, this is always greater than 1. That's why this equation 2 above can be concluded as Rif is greater than Ri. This is equation number 3. Here I would like to recall once again that Rif is input resistance with negative feedback and Ri is input resistance without feedback. Thus, from this equation 3, it is clear that the input resistance with negative feedback is greater than the input resistance without feedback. And of course, this is one of the desirable and advantageous characteristics of negative feedback. Come to next slide. In this topic, we have to study the effect of negative feedback on output impedance. To find the output impedance, the circuit arrangement is as shown in following figure. As shown in the circuit, the input voltage is short circuited for the measurement of output impedance. Hence, only feedback voltage Vf, that is equals to beta into Vo, is applied to the input of the amplifier. Let Zo is the output impedance of the amplifier without feedback and Zof is the output impedance of the amplifier with negative feedback. Then this Zof, that means output impedance with negative feedback, can be written as Zof equals to Vo upon Io. It is very clear that Vo is net output voltage and Io is net output current. Let us take this equation 1. In this figure, this VO is output voltage across this load resistance RL. This is effective output impedance ZOF. This is feedback network, and as usual this is feedback output voltage VF equals to minus beta into VO, and this same output we are going to apply towards this input side. Now we have to apply Kirchhoff's voltage law to the output circuit in last figure. Then we get output voltage of VO equals to IO into ZO plus A into V in. Here A is gain of amplifier and V in is input voltage. The same term can be written as VO equals to IO into ZO minus A into beta VO. Here we have taken the value of V in equals to minus beta VO. Now by arranging the terms and taking the VO variables to the left side, we can get this next term as VO into 1 plus beta A equals to IO into ZO. And again taking VO upon IO to one side, the remaining term it becomes ZO upon 1 plus beta A. That means we are getting the next term as ZOF equals to ZO upon 1 plus beta into A. Let us take this equation number 2. Here actually ZOF, it is nothing but the ratio of output voltage upon output current as shown by equation number 1. Now in equation 2 above, the factor 1 plus beta into A is always greater than 1. That's why the equation 2 above can be concluded as ZOF is always less than ZO. Once again, I would like to recall that ZOF is output impedance with negative feedback and ZO is output impedance without feedback. Let us take this equation number 3. Now from this equation number 3, it is clear that the output impedance of the amplifier circuit with negative feedback is always less than the output impedance of the amplifier circuit without feedback. Thus, it is very explicit, it is very clear that the negative feedback reduces the output impedance of an amplifier. And this particular characteristics is very desirable, very useful and very advantageous characteristics of the amplifier circuit, because it increases the current source or supplying capacity of an amplifier or the circuit, and that's why it is very advantageous. Friends, in concluding session of this topic, we can say that the negative feedback increases the input impedance, whereas the same, I mean to say, negative feedback also decreases the output impedance. And both these characteristics are very useful and very desirable in all cases of amplifier circuits. So let's stop here. Thank you very much.